ServiceNow reported its Q4 fiscal 24 earnings just the other day. They happen to do it the same exact time as Microsoft. So if you're seeing this video, you probably saw another video of mine about Microsoft. Yes, I have other shirts besides this one. I just happen to be recording these back to back. So perhaps next time they'll be staggered, which will help me as well. And then I can come in with different attire. But anyways, a couple things. Number one, obviously they spent a lot of time talking about AI. We're going to get into that. They had meaningful revenue growth. Now they came up short of what Wall Street was expecting. They put out guidance for their full year, fiscal 25. Strong revenue growth, probably around 20%. But again, slightly short as what the market expected. A lot of things said during the earnings call. McDermott was on his A game as usual. Very motivational, very inspiring. Probably just because of the fact that he came off of the recent annual kind of sales kickoff meeting that they have with their sales team and the broader ServiceNow organization. There's a lot that was said. I'm going to cover some of that, the key points. And ultimately, it comes down to this. If you're a customer, enterprise customer of ServiceNow's, you've likely evolved, right? Extended your products, extended the platform. More individuals within your organization know who ServiceNow is. That's a very intentional, right? They've continued to build themselves up from technology workflows to now employee and customer and creator. You got obviously their AI focus. They're talking about CRM. So what does it all mean? Well, I'm going to cover that, right? If you're a customer, there's a lot that you can be doing right now to improve your relationship, but more importantly, take this point in time where ServiceNow needs to continue to grow. They need more business from you. They need to continue to expand their portfolio with you. Use this opportunity. Use this opportunity to get more for what you're already paying for, right? There's ways to do that. But also set yourself up for success, right? So if you're willing and able to give them something, right? What they want, usage, adoption, continue to drive both revenue and usage. Make sure they're giving you in turn what they should be. And the key to this whole thing is asking for the right things, using what they say as part of your asks. I heard this, I'm willing to do this, but I need you to do this. So let's get into it. I mentioned a revenue miss. It was slight. The Q4 subscription revenue came in around $2.87 billion. That's 21% growth. The market, Wall Street was expecting somewhere around $2.88 billion, so pretty much right in line with it, but slightly under. Fiscal full year FY2025, they put the number out there. They gave their guidance. They're thinking around 19.5 to 20 billion. Growth, which will be right around 12.65 at the midpoint. Market thought it should be more closer to around 20.8 or 12.85 billion. So again, pretty much in line, but slightly under. In terms of the quarter itself, the year itself, 170 deals in the quarter of $1 million plus. That's a big metric for them. That's a metric they continue to report on. So all customers out there, if you're spending $1 million, you've met that threshold. If you're slightly under it, they need you to get to $1 million. But here's the new number. The average of their base of customers that spend $1 million or more, which is now, 2,109 customers spend $1 million or more. The average of that group is $5 million a year. That's the new number. So if you're a customer and you're now about to clip to $5 million a year, huge leverage, use that point in time. On top of this, I mentioned AI. It is the most important thing as it is for Microsoft, Salesforce, and others, right? That's no news to you. But for them, they talk about Gen AI. They talk about their Now Assist solution. They talk about ProPlus upgrade, okay? So on the ProPlus side of things, they had 150% growth quarter over quarter for the ProPlus AI offerings, okay? So obviously it's a massive number, just like the Microsoft earnings, 175% growth on their AI. Like, of course, right? It's new. The bigger thing is what this actually means for them now, but more for tomorrow as they talk to their investors. It comes down to this. They need to push past the $10 billion, which they did. They blew through the $10 billion revenue number. McDermott led with that during his part of the earnings call. He then says we're on track for $15 billion, right? That's the new number. Also during the earnings call, beyond just $15 billion by 2026, they're putting $30 billion out there for the future. So how are they going to do that? Obviously, they want to continue to sell more of what they have. So if you're an ITSM or ITOM, right, the tech workflows, they want to add CSM, which is customer. They want to add HRSD, which is employee. They want to get the creator, but they really want you to move from Pro to ProPlus. They want you to be using the Now Assist component of that. They need you to start using their AI products, and usage is the key. They spent numerous opportunities to mention the fact that the revenue, yes, there's a head count, but there's a flywheel effect, right? There is a consumption component to their licensing that they're talking to the market to say, hey, look, we're going to be okay, right? Because we still have head count, but understand this. Just like with Copilot, by the way, for Microsoft, once the customer starts using the Now Assist, and they clip thresholds, they're going to owe us more money. And we expect that flywheel, that consumption to happen over time. In other words, there's going to be a deal cut, and they're going to have a term 3-5 years, and over the term, we don't have to wait till the next renewal date. They're going to use more, i.e. bring in more money for us, bring in more money to you investors. So it's going to be great. We're going to hit 15, we're going to hit 30 because consumption's the key. I mentioned a minute ago, of course, they're going to continue to expand that. They're going to continue to work the licensing metrics. So it's headcount plus consumption across ITSM, HRSD, CSM, and others, right? They're going to move you to consumption as much as they possibly can. So if you're a customer out there and you're considering moving from Pro to ProPlus, if you're considering Now Assist, the first thing I would do, I would challenge them to articulate the model. How do I get value? How is it determined? What am I paying for? How and if I need to pay more, what does that look like? Transparency. I am not a betting man, but I'm willing to bet, especially if you just listen to the earnings call. It's all over the place. They obviously know behind the scenes what they want to do. The market's investors are asking questions. Those answers are kind of all over the place. Your sales rep likely will not have a good answer. That's good. That'll create leverage. It shows more reason why you need transparency. So push for transparency. How does it work? What is an assist? How is it counted? What happens if I need more? What does that look like from a cost profile? What happens to the foundational underlying ITSM ProPlus product price? What are you going to do for me on everything else that I spend money on? I'm an impact customer. I'm not getting the full value. What are you going to do for me there? Use the point in time that you're sitting in right now where they need you to start tasting and using. Use that point in time to say, before I start doing that, I need to have assurances from you. I need to have assurances on the transparency of the metrics. I need to have assurances on the pricing today, but tomorrow. I need renewal protections. I need to understand as I clip your Now Assist and start consuming more, I know that's going to be very valuable to you. I need to have protections right now before I start. Make sure it's a unified message because they're going to approach, again, the larger C-suite. Make sure you get from them what you need. Make sure you have those protections. And on top of all of this, understand something. If you're a customer right now, you need to make sure they understand that a lot of your other vendors are competing for your AI investment dollars. I mentioned Microsoft, obviously. Make sure ServiceNow understands that. You hear what they're saying, but without the transparency, without the clarity, I can't give you what you want. This is that time. All the customers, if you approach it the right way, you can really benefit from this. It's just a matter of, do you know how to do that?